the TV screen. Ky and Spider laughing loud, making quite a scene. Honeybee, she sneezes, laughter fills the room. Kahuna Nui steps in, chases all the gloom. Catalano TV, fun times, epic blues rips alive. Friends just being who they are, stars under the same sky. Spider flips the channels, Kahuna Nui stays close. Joey strums guitar strings, Honeybee feels the most. Laughter echoes endless, stories in the blue. Ky and Honey dreaming, making moments true. Catalano TV, fun times, epic blues rips alive. Friends just being who they are, stars under the same sky. Laughter echoes endless, stories in the blue. Ky and Honey dreaming, making moments true. Catalano TV, fun times. Honeybee sneezes all around. Red Jack drives this crazy town. Red Monk house with the hottest sounds. Lost dogs making us all proud. Terry knee on a lead guitar. Redman dogs, they shoot for stars. Waves were rolling with the crew. Eggplant Frank in purple hue. Ky and friends, we shout hooray every night and every day. Tuning out, don't miss the play. Epic show in every way. Laughter roars, the blues ignite. Guitar strings in the neon light. Voices soaring through the night. Together we can take flight. Honeybee with sneezes grand. Reds and Ross, they understand. Terry Ram and Donk's command. Wave of Frank, they're in demand. Ky and friends, we shout hooray every night and every day. Tuning out, don't miss the play. Epic show in every way. Laughter roars, the blues ignite. Guitar strings in the neon light. Voices soaring through the night. Together we can take flight. Ky and friends, we shout hooray every night and every day. Tuning out, don't miss the play. Epic show in every way.
And bouquets, beachheads, welcome to a terrific Thursday. Welcome in here. Man, we got comedy royalty in here. Chris Abel's in the house. He's Replay Abel's. How you doing, Chris? Man, honored you come in here, friend. Delighted that you're actually up at this hour. Oh man, I gotta tell you, man. I'm usually up at like 4:30, quarter to 5, and you guys run later. I freaking love what you and Bobby Fran do. We had the pleasure of being on Bobby Fran's show yesterday, and just all the kind words and endorsement. I mean, just so blessed and so appreciative. And then to see you come in here this morning, Chris, I got to tell you, it's very, very grateful for the folks that we've made friends with, and can't wait to have you on Catalano TV sometimes, Chris. I know Joey would probably love to have you too, and well, we got to make that happen sometime, friend. I know. I think we're following each other on Twitter, so maybe we could set something like that up if you have time. I know you're a busy guy. I think you do. You have a comedy show on the road as well, right? I mean, I think you used to run with Bob Levy. Maybe I think you still do, actually, right? Anyways, I'm delighted you're in here, Chris, and thank you for the kind words of trying to get us subscribers up to up to 100. In fact, at this moment, I think actually I will do a shameless plug for trying to get folks to subscribe to the channel, and I will put the link in here in the chat just because some shameless self-promotion, once in a while it's appropriate. Anyways, yeah, we're trying to get the subscribers up on the channel, and so there we go, just plugged it right in there. And so welcome everybody. It's great to see y'all in here. It's so cool to have music that incorporates the freaking awesome chat group that we have in here. Let's go through the chat here real quick. Miss Honeybee, Gaseous Clay in the house. You got your fighting outfit on there, looking very sporty in the Gaseous Clay Grape Ape mining uniform. Is that a mining helmet? I think maybe. Could be. Oh yeah, Gaseous. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh man, these guys and that German fella, that German disco ball wearing helmet, man. You guys are hilarious. Waver, good morning, Mrs. Honeybee. Waver, thanks for coming in, brother. We appreciate you here. You know that. And just as the song says, Eggplant says, yes, I'm here. And the group is complete, says Eggplant Frank. In the song, right? He's asking, what stream should I be on? Well, if you're in the show, we appreciate you. Certainly on my brother Joseph Samuel's channel as well. Fist bump to Frank. And Rams Boucher Beach ass. It's Beaches. Ram. We gotta make it kosher, right? Yeah. 10 seconds. Okay. I think you're good in line with Eggplant Frank's thinking, right? You had two different rooms, Ram. Eggplant Frank, man. Oh, he's got something interesting to say. Oh, Eggplant Frank, come on, man. You got to check out their show. Replayables. These guys are awesome. I think you'll have it's great entertainment, Eggplant Frank. You got to check out these guys. Chris Abels does a show with Bobby Fran. I think it's on Chris, if you wouldn't mind, tell us in the chat. You probably have to put a space between the link or something, but I want to say it's on is it on Levyverse? I think it's on Levyverse. Anyways, yeah, he and Bobby Fran do a show. It's a lot of fun. The guys are kicking back beverages. Yeah, I'll sip my water while I'm watching. I can't hold a candle to Chris Abels. Oh my God, these guys. Oh Lord. No wonder they got those pee breaks. Look how much they're drinking. No. Anyways, you should care, Eggplant Frank. These are good guys, man. Really blessed to have these folks as friends. And Ky, you rock, brother. I'm surprised myself. He's awake. Yeah. Yeah. Chris is a maestro in terms of dealing with adversity, right? I mean, this is a guy who's used to being on stage with the microphone and having things come at him from every which direction. And look at this disarming reply. You shouldn't, Frank. You shouldn't care. Freaking brilliant. I'm telling you, there's a certain amount of genius in these folks and talent. You just you can't overlook it, man. Chris is aligned with us, man. He's our friends. He's our friend. We stand with Bobby Fran. We stand with Chris Abels. We're lovers of Bob Levy and certainly the Shuley Network. Good guys, man. Just great folks and a lot of fun. Definitely, you want to have a good time, man. You gotta check out their replayables. It's a lot of entertainment. I gotta tell you. Chris says, I'm down, bro. Yeah, listen, man, we're delighted you're in here, Chris. Thanks for participating. I think it's an honor to have you in here. I'm being sincere in that. I got to tell you. So there's our shameless plug for the Ky Brancaccio, Ky and Friends show on the Ky Brancaccio channel. That eventually that show will be exclusively on that channel for at this time. Of course, we have the other shows, the Blues Lounge at 6 p.m. on Monday and Wednesday, and Happy Hour at 5 p.m. on Friday, and Saturday mornings at Catalano TV. All those shows will remain on Catalano TV. And the idea is that the Ky and Friends show that's on at this time will have its own channel, and maybe it'll be able to gain some momentum with maybe a different group, because a lot of the folks that tend to patronize Catalano TV tend to be up at night, so they don't get this show necessarily. Anyways, we got the complete endorsement of my brother Joseph Samuel, Joey C. Can't tell you how thankful for that we are. We are blessed to have the Catalanos in our life. Anybody who knows them knows how great these people are. And they've got our back, and we've got their back. And that's special when you got friends like that, isn't it? Waver says, yeah, y'all, Abels is funny as all heck. He is, man. These are talented folks. I decide for myself, Waver. Don't you hand me no opinions. What do you think I am? Well, you must not be one of those woke people because they get handed their opinions all the time. And I don't mean to offend anybody, but, well, hey, listen, if you're woke, well, just accept that as your opinion now. Just kidding. We don't do politics here. That's Jib's show. Jib does that. Gaseous Clay says, I typed in hard hat, came out as a minor hat. I rolled with it. Yeah, that's cool, right? Yeah, listen, everyone knows the purple Sasquatch. And he's got to be able to see at night, right? You're going through those forests in the Canadian wilderness and, out west. And, if you're going to be on camera and captured by Patterson footage, well, you want to be looking your best and be able to see yourself, right? That's what we're going with here anyways, Gaseous. Yeah, nice, kind words from Waver. And let's put it this way: to know Chris Abels is to like Chris Abels. I think you'll see, Frank, that these are talented folks, and they're good people too. Which to me, it means a lot. These are good people, man. I've heard a number of interviews with Chris to understand the content of the character of him, just like Bobby Fran. These are just good folks, man. Anyways, Chris, he's asked Chris, are you a Shuley guy? Chris he's his own guy. He's an independent comedian, man. He writes his own material, as I understand it, and he performs comedy, man. Is it Stuttering John content? I think Eggplant Frank is a fan of Stuttering John. I could be wrong. Let me know, Frank, if I got that wrong. He'll tell me. Believe me, he'll tell me. Eggplant Frank, Ram, Gaseous all have great zingers too. Yeah, they are, man. We've got a great group in here. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, Levyverse, brother. That's right. Levyverse. That's right. Frank, no worries, brother. It's on the Levy's channel. That's right. Well, you'll have to check it out, man. You won't be disappointed. I think you'll get a kick out of it. Chris Abels is a very witty guy. Bobby Fran, they have a lot of fun, man. They roll with it and they just have a good time. You'll see. Ram says he hands Ky and B morning cup of tea. Well, I already had my double espresso, Ram, but thanks, man. I'll water the olive trees with that in my northern zone 6 climate. It's a whole lot of craziness. I think that's a fair statement, right? Crazy good, though, right? There is crazy bad. Well, we'll make the distinction that it's crazy good. Yeah, Care Bear stops in here. Says, Ky just stopped by. Said hi. Just ending my jamming on Rumble. Good night. Hey, Care Bear, thanks for stopping in, man. Appreciate you. I think Care Bear gets the Virgin Bell. I hope that doesn't feel uncomfortable for you. Welcome in here. I've been seeing a lot of new names. Joey's drawing a lot of new names to the channel. He's doing his broadcast solely on YouTube, and so it sends it out. The algorithm seems to send it out more, and so there's new subscribers to the channel, and we get new eyes coming in here. And what's not to like about that? Appreciate y'all. Hey, Jerry's in here. Good morning, Jerry. Jerry Lehane. They do a fun show. They do. They're a good time. Frank. That's all right, Frank. We're not trying to convert you, man, or convince you. You got to see for yourself. You'll see, man. It's a fun time. You'll see. It's a good time. It really is. These guys, Bobby Fran and they put a lot of content together, man. It's a very organized show. Very well done. I'm impressed with the guys, honestly. I aspire. Let's just say that I aspire to do the kind of shows those guys do. Oh, Chris, man, what kind of words are those? Thank you, Ky. You are amazing. Really? No, that'd be you, Chris. We'll go back and forth like the chipmunks. Wow, you're lovely. You're lovely. No, excuse me. Why, pardon me. Excuse me. Oh, man, delighted you're in here, dude. Good morning and good night. Just ending my jamming on Rumble channel. It's time for bed. Well, good for you. Good for you, man. Enjoy. Catch some good Z's. And think of something pleasant and something to be thankful for before you close those eyes, or maybe right when you close those eyes. And then you have those thoughts thinking about the things that you have to be thankful for. And I think you're going to have some good dreams, too. You know, that's like I was on yesterday on Bobby Fran's show, which I'm so delighted that he invited me on. Really appreciate it, and not only that, but he endorsed us. I was talking to Bobby Fran. He was saying he's a Triumph fan. You know, typically before the show, I'll put some music on just to kind of get pumped up a little bit. Like sometimes I'll put on The Best of Both Worlds by Van Halen. No, not Miley Cyrus. I'll put on The Best of Both Worlds from Van Halen or some other song, you know. And, well, this morning, after hearing Bobby Fran talking about Triumph, man, I put on Magic Power. I listened to my favorite Canadian rock and roll group, man. That's going back a ways, but some great music, man, some great guitar riffs, and honestly, great voice, right? Rick Emmett, I want to say. Great voice, great singing. I might do a little short 15-second drop of that song. Yeah, it's fun, and Miss Honeybee likes it when I make these little clips of stuff, and we'll drop that in there. It's not long enough to take a pee break, though, if you know what I'm saying. Anyways, Eggplant Frank says, who is Jib? Jib is a Cut of the Jib. Cut of the Jib. He is my go-to source for rock and roll news and information. He does Rock Talk Live. And we have the exclusive version of that on Catalano TV at 4 p.m. Rock Talk Live on Catalano TV with Cut of the Jib, Christopher. And just a natural, gifted entertainer like Bobby Fran or Chris Abels. I mean, just great folks and entertaining. And like I said, I love to hear rock and roll news from Cut of the Jib. I think he does a great job. Hey, Big Boss in the house. What's up, Big Boss? Saw you hanging out there in Jib's show last night. He was talking about his show was the State of the Union is what it's called. J Dog's in here. Hey, J Dog. Listen to this. This doesn't surprise me. And I mean that in a good way. Good morning, everyone. Hungover again from Replayables. How cool is that? J Dog, you get the Virgin Bell. Welcome in here, J Dog. Delighted to see you. Chris Abels and Bobby Fran bringing some new eyes here. So thankful for it. And we got, I think we're up at 80 subscribers now, thanks to these guys, really helping us to move the needle. Really appreciate it. We're so thankful. I know I can't keep saying that. It sounds terrible, but I really heartfelt thanks. Yeah, Big Boss too. Cool. Yeah, we got some great folks in here, Chris. I know you'll recognize a lot of these guys. They're just freaking just dynamite folks. Replayables is a hoot for sure. Yeah, everything is doing well so far, J-Dog. Thank you. And Ram says, it's very unison. It's very hot. Privisum, Vana, be careful in Sinhalese. Pravisam. Or, yeah, Pravisam. I don't know. Appreciate it. Ram's going to teach us some Sinhalese. Or Sinhalese. Yep. Definitely. Chris gets you laughing, man. It's good. You smile, you're laughing, you're having a good time. Those guys are having a lot of fun. And honestly, I drink water watching these guys. I know it sounds terrible. That's what I do, though. I tend not to consume a lot of those things, but that's not to criticize. It's just my path. That I have a lot of fun watching those guys. Just sipping my aqua dolce, so to speak. Yep, a lot of love to go around, man. A lot of great folks. No shortage of viewers, right? There's enough to go around for everybody. And the bigger the family gets and the more camaraderie we have, the more successful everybody can be. And so I'm just delighted to see the camaraderie and friendship of a lot of folks in this circle, It really is fantastic. Salty name redacted. That's what I'm saying, Bob. That's what I'm saying. I think he's saying it while he's in the pool, maybe. Done what I told you. It done what I told you. I forget, how did that go yesterday? Bobby Fred playing that. Bob Levy singing the song. Poolside. That raccoon video on Replayables yesterday was very strange. I'll have to check that out. Definitely. I think I went to bed. Guys, I'm sorry, man. Don't take it the wrong way. I can't often catch the whole thing live, but that's just the way I got a very regimented schedule just because of what I do. But I'll definitely follow up and see the rest of that stuff. I'm sure it was great. Of course, Chris. And Jerry Leehane says, Bobby, having you on just the beginning of good relationship between shows. Yeah, I agree, man. It's Bobby Fran is a class act. I've known that for a long time. Chris Abels, class act, known that for a long time. Bob Levy, class act, known that for a long time. Shuli, Egar, known that for a long time. Class act for sure. Yeah, a lot of great folks in the space. And even knowing that, like, I'll go in to see. I'll make some comments in the chat at Bob Levy, and he's like, "Hey, Ky, you morning show, frick you." It's like, hey, good morning, Bob. Hey, did you get up on the wrong side of the pool? Sometimes he's in a bad mood. It's hilarious. I mean, well, it's a show, right? It's a bit. And it just it gets cranky, man. It's funny. And it does it on purpose, It's just one of the gifts, right? Anyways, that's got to be a blast for Chris Abels to go on tour with those guys. They must have a lot of fun. I gotta believe they have a good time. Yeah, I agree, Jerry. That's a very smart take there. Ram says that message was to your wife, B, brother. Ky? Okay, well, that's fine. Oh, hey, Ram, I think I spotted you on a video Stormy put out yesterday, the SpongeBob one. Yeah, Stormy. She's been on the show a couple times. One time as a guest and one time as a guest co-host. silky voice. Just a lovely lady. And I got to be honest, man, I really like her dad. He's a good guy. Yeah, she says, I'm trying to make more of an online presence. I would like to be on the shows in the future, such as the Lunatic Lounge. Yeah, well, listen, Gaseous, you know, I think it's good to have aspirations and to go after them, right? I think that's a good thing to do. Um, when you venture out of your comfort zone, sometimes you're delighted and surprised that maybe you had a little more in you than what you might have anticipated. It's a lot of fun, and we've made a lot of great friends in the space. There is two sides to the coin, but most of the times you can just ignore the other side. Now, you guys might be asking, Ky, I mean, here we are. We're, I don't know, 26 minutes into the show, and you're playing music for almost 5 minutes. What national day is it, Ky? Please tell us. Why, today is National Wine and Cheese Day. Well, you know what an Italian woman's favorite wine is? I want to go to Florida. I know, Chris Abels. Listen, dude, I can't hold a candle to you, but that's my best. That's all I got. Anyways, I repeat what I heard. I didn't write that. You know that. Anyways, National Wine and Cheese Day. Well, you know what? Maybe me and Miss Honeybee will have to pick up a bottle of dry, some Cabernet Sauvignon. Pretend like we're all hoity-toity. Anyways, I do like a dry red on occasion, I have to admit. Maybe that's in the cards for today, since it's National Wine and Cheese Day. I gotta believe Honeybee's gonna say, I want some goat cheese. Did you guys hear the show start today? I swear to God, she sneezed right after I hit the live button. I mean, it's like you can't make this stuff up. The sneezing honeybee. She's a professional sneezer, as Joey says as well. And I was like, oh my God, what kind of timing is this? It's not on purpose, but it's amazing. Anyways, what other national day is it, you might ask? National Hire a Veteran Day. Well, hey, listen, I can get behind that one for a lot of great veterans. And let's not forget to say thanks to our great veterans. And, well, I mean, if we're being honest, there's a lot of great people in the Secret Service, too. We just haven't seen a lot of them lately. They're out there, though. I believe that. I believe there's a lot of great folks there. We got some issues that need to get fixed. And, well, maybe we're on the precipice of that actually happening. That is really cool, Gaseous. Maybe Big Boss will follow in your footsteps. Eggplant Frank says, there's not a snowflake's chance in hell I will listen to. Oh, come on. You don't have to listen. You can look at it. You don't even have to listen. Those guys are funny even to watch. They got a lot of visual interest. They really know how to do presenting good content. I'm serious, man. I aspire to these guys and what they do. I find them to be their role models. We're not your role model. We drink on our show. What do you think? We're role models? Give me a break. Yeah, they're role models. In terms of podcasting, I love what those guys do. You got to, Eggplant Frank, come on. Don't be Mikey. Yeah, Mikey, he won't eat it. He hates everything. Come on, Eggplant. Don't be Mikey. Give Abels a chance. Replayables. Gaseous, you're welcome to hang with us anytime. Yeah. Gaseous is awesome, man. We're thankful. There's a reason Gaseous has a wrench. You see the good in him, man. I think Joey gave a wrench to Big Boss, too. Yeah, we've got a lot of nice folks in here, and we really appreciate them. We know they got our back, right? Ram says, did you boss man well? Thank you. Stuthi, boss man means thank you in Sinhalese. Stuthi. I hope I'm saying it right. Stuthi. Cool. Chris says, you don't have to, Frank. It's okay. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. Well, right. Yeah, you might be a chaya. Different kind of tea. Maybe he's more like, maybe Frank likes a little more masala tea, or, well, who knows what kind of tea. But I understand that, too. That's the great thing, being so pragmatic, right? You understand that some things aren't for everyone, right? That's just the way things are, right? The people have different tastes, and their tastes change too as you know get more familiar with the space. You may come to appreciate and realize that there's some nuance and some talent that you didn't discover before, or at least you didn't acknowledge it, right? All right. Well, let's get on to the next one here. Jerry Lee Haynes says Christopher Fredrickson. That is Cut of the Jib. That's right. Yep. He's got Rock Talk Live exclusively on Catalano TV on Sundays, and he also has his Rock Talk Live on his Cut of the Jib channel. Definitely would tune in. That was the one thing, I was thinking about what I was talking about when I was on with Bobby Fran yesterday, and I thought, I was there with my buddy Bobby Nick for a while before Bobby he was beat, man. That dude podcasts so much. He had to go take a nap. He had to go to bed. And I was like, okay, I didn't have to mention Bobby Nick because he was there. And then I thought, well, I mentioned 2K. And then I'm like, did I bring up Jib, my dear friend Jib? I think I forgot to mention my dear friend Cut of the Jib. And so, you think about your friends. And of course, we're talking about Joey C and Mrs. Honey C. And, how thankful we are for them. So you often try to reflect on who it is that you want to say thanks to and mention, give shout outs to when you go on other shows. Gasha says, appreciate it. I'll be a while. I lack a PC currently. Ironically, I own a PS5 and Xbox Series S. Well, you got your priorities, Gaseous, right? Okay. Eggplant Frank. He's a very subtle question. He's kind of hinting about his question here. He's being very subtle about it. Freaking Frank, man. Eggplant Frank. Boss, who else did you see? Yeah, that's true. Cut of the Jib was a rabbi. That's true. You must watch at Eggplant. Eggplant says, I'm not a good person, but he is a good person. Eggplant Frank is a deep thinker. He's very pensive. And at some point, he's actually going to change his view of himself. Sometimes, that happens. Sometimes it takes a long time to come around to that side. Now, I could be pissing Eggplant Frank off, but I see the good in Eggplant Frank. Anyways, I think Eggplant Frank is a good person, but self-deprecation oftentimes, well, some see it as a healthy thing because, you keep yourself humble. And sometimes those are the product of patterns in life. And sometimes in life, we can come to realize that the product of patterns are patterns which I didn't put myself into. They're canvases that were painted by someone else. And at some point, you start to realize that you don't want that paint on your canvas anymore. Anyways, enough of that, right, Eggplant Frank? Don't tell me who I am. I'm not a good person, Kai. Shut the hell up. Chris Abel says, no worries, Gaseous. Anytime, open invite. How cool is that? Political newscaster, journalist, background. Yeah, he's talking about Cut of the Jib. Yep, Gaseous. Gaseous Clay says, thank you. Jerry, Guitar Guys. That's right. Guitar Guys at 2 p.m. on Sundays. Thank you, Jerry. We do Guitar Guys at 2 p.m. on Sundays on Cut of the Jib's channel. We have Joey. He's a guitar player. Scott Fitzpatrick. We have a good time, man. Chris says, Eggplant Frank, it's all good, brother. You're allowed to like and hate what you want. Yeah, right. And this kind of speaks volumes to the type of dude Chris is. He's just got a great disposition. He just rolls with it, man. And this is often, I don't know if you folks notice this. Typically, people who are in comedy, they're freaking smart. I mean, these are borderline geniuses, if not already geniuses, right? They've got certain gifts. they're actually able to reframe circumstance and see the humor in something that other people don't see. And that's how they deliver their acts, right? These are oftentimes just brilliant people. And so it doesn't surprise me to see these, rather disarming responses, which just is the mark of, somebody who's pretty gifted. And I see that in these folks for sure. Ram, I didn't recognize the other panelists, just you and Stormy. There were some fat guys, Big Boss. Okay, well. Okay. Gaseous says kids and a wife are expensive, Frank. Yes, Gaseous knows very well. And he's into the phase of terrible twos. I think it has something to do with no, and no, and oh yeah. Also, it has something to do with no. Somehow they found a powerful word, and they're going to use it. Yeah, gotta love it, man. If that's a good thing about comedians too. They understand and they know when stuff that's in your face, you got to laugh at it because it's funny. It's funny if you got the right disposition and you reframe things in your mind. Things can be funny that you might not otherwise think are. You know, like if you have a bunch of bad crap happen to you all consecutively in order, even on the same day. Now, if you sit back and you think about it, you'll start to, if you really let it soak in, you'll start to laugh because when is that going to happen again? You know, stuff like that. It happens to all of us, right? And it's easy to see things that way too, right? Because they're more significant to you than they are to others. And then when you see how others go about and what they have to deal with, you realize, man, how blessed am I? I don't have that situation going on, you know? Big Boss says it's on her channel. She just put it out yesterday. Yeah, Stormy's great, man. We love Stormy. We got to invite her back on here again. I always enjoy her coming out. Actually, we better do that before the kids get back at school, right? Eggplant Frank says, I don't want friendship. Well, you're stuck with me, Eggplant Frank. I consider you a friend. I didn't put you in the words of a song because I thought you weren't a friend. He says, yeah, I'm here. The party's complete. Anyways, I understand what Frank's saying. What makes you sneeze? I know there are certain genes associated with sunshine making people sneeze. And Honeybee, she sneezes every morning. It's without, I think it's just every day, at least a couple times. It's not all day. So maybe it is the sunshine. I don't know. I never thought about if she actually had that particular gene that is a response to sunrise, right? It could be. Well, we'll have to just check out the 23andMe when we're brave enough to have our genome on file for the overlords to see. Sclappertap. Hey, Sclappertap. You're looking rather bullish this morning. You get the Virgin Bill. Now, you're saying Coke, but I really think what Sclappertap really means is Coca-Cola Classic. He's going to have a Coca-Cola Classic and some ho-hos. Right, Slapper? Slapper Joe's, slapper Joe's, slap-a-tap. Slap-a-tap. What's on tap? It ain't going to be any Foster's Lager. You know, I'm starting to worry Brent Monkhouse hasn't been here. Last we heard, he was feeling a little bit under the weather with, I think he was kind of overwhelmed by, let's just say a viral load. And I'm concerned, man. Our dear friend Brent Monkhouse, who's from the land down under, very different than from under. He's from the land down under in Western Australia. And I got to be honest, man, and I know a lot of folks in here would agree with me. I miss him, man. I hope Brent's okay. I hope he's feeling better. I hope the lovely better half of his is making plenty of soup and fluids, man. Because I'll tell you, one time when I got one of the versions of that was, I don't know what it was called. It was one of the, third or fourth version or whatever it was. Man, my nose ran like crazy, and I hedged it, man. I went batshit crazy on the broth. I was getting bone broth, chicken broth, having soup repeatedly till I was disgusted with having soup, but knowing that I needed to do that with the fluids, get the electrolytes up and balanced. Anyways, I hope our friend Brent Monkhouse is doing good. Boy, I got to tell you, I'd feel a lot better if I heard him at least just do a shout out and say hi. I know he's not feeling too good. At least I hope he's doing better. I know he's used to carrying all his fellow workmates, and well, maybe it's taking a lot out of him now. Jerry says dust, mold, cats. Which three of these don't belong? Jerry might be saying all three of these go together. Don't forget toxoplasmosis, Jerry. Toxoplasmosis is the fourth one. Just kidding. Be careful when you're messing with that, the cat doo-doo. Having a cold, Jerry, says around. Jerry, I don't think Ky does enough dusting. That's why B is always sneezing. Yeah, I get it. So that's what he's talking about. We don't have cats. I'm slightly allergic to cats. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And this is a dog house. So to speak. Yeah, Ky, we know you're in the dog house. I'm out. Not really. But we love dogs. I appreciate cats. I'm just slightly allergic to them. So it's not an option for that reason. And Miss Honeybee had a cat that was 19 years old. That thing went absolutely berserk. She had it growing up, And when I first started dating her, that cat was around. And I'm slightly allergic to him, but I put up with it, right? Anyways, visit her mom's house. And when that cat got really old, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it would just start howling like crazy. Her mom's like, if the cat just starts going crazy, just ignore it. That's what the cat does now. It's 19 years old, Cat's at 19 years old. Yeah, you pretty much let it do what it wants. Well, there's some rules. Yeah, I don't think it's dust, honestly. Oh, Miss Honeybee says dust grass. Okay, well, I sit down corrected. Could be. J-Doc says BF and Chris genuinely good. Absolutely. There's no question about that. I think I'm confident that those dudes are fun to hang with. I can imagine what a good time it was for, I want to say it was at Bobby Fran's wedding. I think the guys are all hanging out down there and the Panhandle. I want to say it's like the Panhandle of West Virginia. Beautiful area, by the way. Man, if you ever been to Wheeling, West Virginia, or Oglebay Park to see the lights, or that area in general in the fall, stunningly gorgeous. Just a beautiful place. I remember Stormy said, there are a lot of trailers down there by the river. Well, yeah. Well, you got to have trailers where it's going to flood. You know that. That's just part of how it goes. Waver says, Bobby Nick, class act. Absolutely. Yep. We are thankful to have Bobby as a friend. We're glad he's in our court. I'll tell you, honestly. J-Doc says, I'm really liking the bird theme here. Yeah, we try to switch it up a little bit, J-Doc. We've got we got hummingbirds. And we've got different ones. We don't have Frank's bird, Frank's favorite bird. But we've got some interesting backgrounds here. We try to, since I don't do the live camera, we try to get something visually stimulating. We'll have air balloons and different sorts of things here. And sometimes we get feedback from the chat group on what they'd like to see. So sometimes they'll say, hey, would you put this one on? Or will you put this one on? And it's like, yeah, you're the chat group, man. We appreciate you. Have we let you know lately that we appreciate you? That's cool, J-Dog. I'm glad you like it, man. We are blessed here at Catalano TV. We got a ton of memberships last night. We got another 20 on the Blues Lounge with our special guest, Cut of the Jib. Jerry says, is Ky a Mars dust devil or does he use a dust devil vac? Well, I don't know. I thought dust devils were the things that were vertical columns looking rather tornado-like, but in smaller scale, right? Very good, Brother Ram. Yep, me same. Dust, grass, pollen. I see. And we have Nancy Dixon. I hope it's comfortable. Great to see you in here. Oh, let's see. Rav says, good to hear. I think he's responding to the name. I don't know. Anyways, Schlappertap says, if you ever want a voice as smooth as a brick, I'm your guy. I don't know. How smooth is a brick? Depends on which brickyard you got it from, right? Schlappertap. Schlappertap. I love that name. You know, when you put those complicated consonants in that order, it makes you think, well, this is like, that's northeastern Europe, somehow, some way, somewhere, right? Do you hear that? Is that the Schlappertap? What are you talking about, Ky? I freaking made that up a couple nights ago when I was just at Chris Abel's having a few brewskis, right? Waver's dad joke. Dad joke. Be careful. Beware. Boom, says Chris Abel's. I prefer to hang out with Emerald Lagasse and say, bam! You want some rosemary in that dish? Bam! Nope, that's what you do when you throw in the black pepper. Take me to Miami. That's his favorite one. Their favorite Ryan, right? Boom. I'm getting behind in the chat already. I better mention, what other national day is it, you might ask? We went through National Wine and Cheese. We went through National Hire a Veteran Day. Let's do National. Oh, here we go. Now, a little hair of the dog that bit you, but maybe not this early. National Refreshment Day, 4th Thursday in July. Well, let's just say your favorite libation might just be in order. And, well, in this case, maybe it's for morning, but our dear friends in the land down under, well, they're fine with having a nice evening beverage. And, well, it might be beer here. Okay. Hey, somebody told me that we got donks in the house, and we're not down in the chat yet, but listen, we got to give the proper greeting to our dear friend Donks and see what he has going on down there in North Carolina. 86 for the high? That's not bad for North Carolina. Hey, great to see you in here, Donks. Oh, what's that again? Oh, Timmy fell in the well again? Oh my gosh, what is wrong with that kid? Man, he should be wearing a helmet or something, shouldn't he? Oh well, be nice now. Be nice. I used to have to wear a helmet. Well, I'm on a motorcycle. Waiter says, I'm a vet. I need a job. Yay. That's cool, man. Thank you, Waver. Appreciate you. Takes a special man to say he wants to serve his country. There's a lot of ways to serve your country, but when you put yourself in the way of danger by serving in that manner, here's to you, man. Thank you. Heartfelt. Big Boss says, morning storian or good afternoon. Well, I don't know. If you're hanging out in London Way, it just might be, I will say somewhere around 2 in the afternoon, maybe 2:30, something like that. Close to. Could be. Let us know. Thank you for your service waiver. That's right. Yep. Oh, dabbling in the wind. He says, hi. Hi, you know who? Yes, well, of course we know. You're the Chicken Melendez. Just kidding. Jerry Lee Haynes says, Frank deprives himself of rib-hurting Abel's laughs. Yeah, man. I'll tell you what. I'm serious. When you watch those guys and you listen, you might get a bellyache, man. Some of those muscles that you're not using that you're not used to using that much, which actually means you better listen more because you need to laugh more in your life if those muscles get tired from laughing. But these guys, man, they'll challenge your they'll challenge your gut muscles when they get you laughing. I'll tell you. Dabbling in the wind says, as a Brit, I drink tea. I just want to know. I got one question for you, dabbling in the wind. When you drink tea, is your pinky up? That's all I'm asking. Don't take it the wrong way. It's just a simple question. When you drink tea, is your pinky up? I'm not drawing any conclusions. I'm just asking. Salute to Chris Abels. I actually do miss the awards between Chris and Rob and Leveland from like a year ago. So much blood was spilt, but it was hilarious. Saul is taking too much powder or pills lately. Oh man, I don't know what the deal is there. I don't want to know. No offense. Sup, big boss? I sided with Chris immediately when Rob Saul douched out. Oh yeah, Chris is a good guy, man. These are good folks. You know, they're not looking to. These aren't like the. These aren't the ladies of the Dabbleverse. Okay, let's just put it that way. I like how Joey says, these are the old ladies of the Dabbleverse. You know, picking at the corn and the food in the bin right there. You know, you see them kind of like these birds. Pick a little, talk a little. Hey, Wava. Yeah, Chris is certainly in much better shape than Rob at this point, even with the liquor. Leave that one alone. Thank you, Waver. He expressed himself for what he is. I was always good to Saul, gave him money, paid for hotels, etc. And all he does is cheats on me. So I cut ties. Well, you know what? Sometimes you got to cut the cord, man. I've seen this. You know, you put your best foot forward. You hope for the best. You expect the best. You even maybe work with some of your friends. And you seek out that which is good, which is beneficial for everybody, right? There's a way forward that helps everyone, right? And sometimes people, well, how would you put it? They're resentful, bitter failures. And well, guess what? When they're resentful, bitter failures, well, they start pointing at the other people. They start pointing at everything else because, well, it hurts to look inside. Sometimes. And I'm not saying that's the case here, but oftentimes that's what happens, man. So I totally understand where Chris is coming from. And, well, we stand with you, brother. Wow, too bad for Saul. Eggplant Frank says, I am a genius. I don't doubt that, Eggplant Frank. I don't doubt that for a moment, my friend. I'm delighted you're here. And I do consider you a friend, Eggplant Frank. So there, take that, you friend. No loss on my part, Waver. It's my fault I put up with him for too long because I felt bad for him. But at the same point, I had to say adios. I think he said it in Spanish too, right, Chris? I think he's got some of that background too. He probably said it exactly the right way. Adios. I'll tell you a little funny story. You know, I'm traveling in Greece. And, you know, when you go to foreign lands, it's a good idea to learn the words to be polite. You know, it just goes such a long way to learn the local jargon in terms of how to be polite, greet people, and so forth. Anyway, so I'm learning Greek from this dude on the train. And he's there with his mom, you know, just lovely father or mother and son. Just lovely people. And he's telling me how to say certain things in Greek, you know, and I'm soaking it up, right? Then I asked him, oh, well, so how do you say goodbye in Greece? You know, Greek. And he tells me adios. And I'm like, what? He says, adios. Come on, man. You're pulling my leg. Come on. Yeah, come on, man. You know, the language of the Roman foot soldier. Adios. Give me a break, man. That's not Greek. He said, yeah. Yeah. And so the origin, as I understand it, is Dios is is the root word, the Latin, or maybe the Greek in this instance, right? The base word for God. And typically, the statement of, you ever hear people say, go with God? You know, that's kind of what adios is. Pretty cool, though. You know, you learn some of these things and you see some similarities between the Greek and the Latin. It really is fascinating to understand well, I had a friend who's a classics major. He studied Greek and Latin and all the classics, man. Just brilliant dude. PhD, actually. Anyways, he was telling me, it's like, yeah, the more I learn about Latin, the more I at least learn what a bastardization it is of Greek. So there you have it. Eggplant Frank says hashtag Team Saul. Okay. Eggplant's aligned with Team Saul. All right, man. That's cool. I'm not criticizing for it. Waver's like saying, cool, Chris. Yep. Big Boss is like, okay, Frank. Hey, Frank's, sometimes he likes to take the opposite position. You know, he's a pretty pensive dude. So I'm sure he's got his reasons. Uh-oh. Eggplant Frank says, speaking of bad crap, a good friend died of pancreatic cancer last year. Terrible. Saw the decline. Man, I'm sorry about that, Eggplant Frank. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, I understand it's a painful way to go. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Yep. And, I kind of like to think about when we got friends that have this type of situation. I always try to think about how they would want you to feel, right? They'd want, if they're dear friends of yours and they're close friends, they want you to be happy. They don't want you dwelling on things, and they probably want you thinking about the good times that you had with them and the celebration that life is. And they'd probably even remind you to say, seize the day, because, nothing should be taken for granted in this life, right? Anyways, I try to take some peace from situations like that, and maybe motivation, so to speak. Anyways, I got an update from Honeybee. Says we got 504 members strong. Damn, that's awesome. Yep. Chris Abel says, that's terrible, Frank. Sorry for your loss, man. Yep. Anyways, had a funeral and wake. His best friend, who I also know, died in his sleep that night. Oh, man. That's awful. That's a rough way to go. Honeybee tells me Joey's in the chat. We'll have to try to get through these a little quicker. Me too, Eggplant Frank. Rusty was my pal who died of it. Oh, man, I'm sorry. Waver? Yep. We can always remember that our friends want us to be happy and remember the good times, right? I'm sorry to hear that. Yep. Gashes, we got the best. We have the most civilized chat in the internet, I tell you. We really do. We have great folks. Slapper Tap is my closest friend. Are you kidding me, Gashes? How cool is that, dude? Sklapper Tap. I love that. And he's looking rather bullish, as I said. Eggplant says, literally the night of the wake, his best friend had a heart attack in his, man, that's terrible. I'm sorry to hear that. When you go through trauma with friends like that, it's hard on you, man. All that stuff takes its toll. I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. Really, that's terrible. Maybe they were more than friends. Brent, come back, brother. Hey, there's Donks. See, we got the early greeting and the weather forecast and, well, the update on Timmy. It's great to see you here, Donks. Freaking love you, brother. I hope Brent Monkhouse is okay, man. I'm worried about my friend Brent. Ram and Flex 316, you guys are going to have to drive out to Western Australia and check on him. You too, Eggplant Frank. You guys got to put a team together and check out Brent Monkhouse, see if he's okay. A direct descendant of the first officer of Captain Cook, the Captain Cook. How amazing is that history? Yes, Donkey's here. Yeah, I'm delighted. I freaking love Donks, man. He's just a talented guy. Funny. We got to get him on one of these times, too. I was answering B, your wife, my sister. Yep. Missed you, Donks, brother. Yep. Says Honeybee Ram, Big Boss Ky, good morning. Hey, it's great to see you in here. Don't forget, folks, in just 30 minutes, the one and only Joey C and the Big Kahuna are going to be on. Kahuna Nui. I missed y'all, brother. Yeah, we're great, man. We're delighted you're in here. That Ram pets the donkey. I told you, Ram. Donkeys like to be brushed. You could pet the donkey, that's okay, but they really do. They prefer the brush, man. And well, maybe even horsehair. I don't know. Let us know, Docs, what you have to say to that. I mean, it's not an unreasonable request. Yep. See, I told you. I know. Believe me, I know my donkey talk or my donkey talk. Yeah. See how easy that came off wrong? Kai, do you know the origin of the saying "hair of the dog"? Please make that abundantly clear to us, Eggplant Frank. He always imparts knowledge when he's here. I love it. Yesterday he was talking about the Volvo, used to be one of the safest vehicles, and he reminded us that they're the first ones to come up with the 3-point seatbelt, which provides an additional support of going across the shoulder, which was an innovation that saved lives, no question about it. And then he reminded us that the back headrest on car seats is there to prevent potential whiplash. So I always love to hear what Eggplant Frank has to add. So yes, Eggplant Frank, what is hair of the dog? What's the origin for hair of the dog? I got to get down to it here. I'm still looking for Joey, my brother's statement. We got to get down to it, man. We're trying. Look, a whole different chat. Hi, Ram and Jerry. Yep. Loves Doc Sounds. Yeah, isn't that cool? I got news for you guys. Miss Honey, you know those miniature donkeys? She absolutely loves those. We go to the Cleveland Zoo and just have a blast there seeing them. They're just such beautiful animals. They're so amorous, too. They're so friendly. Well, I'm not talking like that, but you know what I'm saying. LOL, Pinky talked. He's talking about the teetotaler, so to speak. Hey, my brother Joey from another mother. Sicilian, by the way. Good to see you. How you doing, brother? I called you yesterday. I wanted to have a conversation with you, and thank you, brother. We'll talk sometime today, I hope. If you have time, I know you're busy. We'll see. Definitely look forward to talking to you. And thanks so much again for your total complete endorsement. We are so blessed here. Good to see you. Yep, more than honeybee. Hey there, Joey. Big boss. Hello. Yeah, Joey's greeting the chat because we got the best chat, man. I'll tell you. Got a great group in here. Wava, how cool is this? Kai's killing it as usual. Are you talking about my carnivore ways? Well, I'm going to eat it. Got to have me some buffalo. I'm trying to get Bobby Fran to try bison. I was telling him how if you like beef, man, you probably love bison. The thing I worry about is he's got to get some good bison out the gate. Because me and Miss Honeybee, we have had bison where it was subpar. So you got to make sure you're getting it from a source that's got good turnover and it's got good quality. Like we have this one grocery store where they sell 2 different varieties of bison, one manufacturer and another manufacturer. The one manufacturer, it's always possible to get a gamey batch of something. And it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't like the bison we're used to having. It's just absolutely delicious. It's kind of a sweet taste. I don't mean in terms of sugary, but it's a sweeter meat than beef. It's a little leaner too. But man, freaking good. How did I get on that tangent? Joey says, we hit a milestone, people. We're at 504 members. That's a big deal, Joey. Before August 1st, we hit 500, man. How cool is that? We had Mike's Sheety internet provider. Yesterday, he blessed us with, I want to say 20 members, Joey. I know Miss Kitty has been just one heck of a supporter for Catalano TV. Shout out to Miss Kitty. Shout out to Deadfool. Shout out to all these guys. Waver, Eggplant Frank, Brent Monkhouse, Ram. All these folks are great supporters. And, man, we're so blessed. And, of course, Big Boss, Gaseous. Please don't get mad if I didn't mention you. Donkey. These guys are all great supporters, and we're so thankful for them. And I can't wait till our next members only, Joey. We'll have to talk about that, too. Got to do something great for these folks. Here's to 5,000 more, says Waver. I like it. I like it when he thinks big, you know. Oh, how cool is that? Eggplant Frank, my best friend did classics too, Latin and Greek at Cambridge. Oh, that's pretty cool, man. That's really cool. Can you imagine walking on the grounds and hanging out in the places where Isaac Newton was? Kind of cool stuff, right? Makes me want to hang out in Sicily, where one of the other greatest minds of physics, science, mathematics, Archimedes, hailed from, right? Just some really wonderful history in such places. But that's really cool, Eggplant Frank. It's amazing when you have a lot of knowledge of Latin. It's amazing how you can kind of figure out what words mean sometimes. Word origins. For me. That's something I've always been fascinated where words come from. You know, like I said, when the Greek dude told me adios is goodbye, I was like, come on, man, you pulling my leg. It was Greek to me, you know. Yep. Ram says, here's the 5,000 more. Yep. Hey, Brother Joe. Not much, man. It's early. We got a beautiful start to the day. I think it's going to be a great day. And hey, tomorrow's Friday, man. I mean, you know, tomorrow is freaking Friday. We're going to have happy hour. It's going to be a great day, man. Eggplant Frank says, so hair of the dog goes back to much earlier times. Old England. People thought if you got bitten by a dog, you had to get some hair from said dog and put it in the wound to stop infection. Wow, there is some superstition there, is it not? I'm telling you. Now, sometimes there is some type of pseudoscience involved to logic. In this particular instance, I'm going to say that's a negative, Ghost Rider. Don't stick any hair in the puncture wounds from the dog's teeth. Not a good idea. Might not end well. Yep. Timmy is still stuck in the well. Thank you. I appreciate that. I did not know that, Eggplant Frank. Superstition, well, it's abounds, right? Ram says, let Christina sis. Her brother Ram says, good night, my bro. Oh, he's talking about Honey C. Yeah. Yep. Honey C, Joey C. I'm so delighted to have friends like this. I'm telling you. You know they got your back and you love them, and there's a good reason you love them, and they love you back. So it's essential that you have to go back to the thing that hurts you to find some relief. Well, now that's an interesting perspective, right? You could take some wisdom out of that in terms of don't live in fear or address that which you fear or confront things that so you can get past them. I like some of the philosophy in that. I understand that. Well, I'm out of here. Hugs, B. Good night, sis. We chat up tomorrow before I go physiotherapist tomorrow. Oh, cool. Well, great, Ram. Thanks for spending your evening with us. No, it's getting very late in the land down under. Very different than from under. So, listen, I hope you have a great night. Ram, like I said, man, think some things that you have to be thankful for before you go to bed. And I got to believe that you're going to have some pleasant dreams. Good night, brother. Have a good night, brother. Yep. Hockey Joe. The turn Kool-Aid. Bust through the wall. I think it was brick. Frank, thank you, man. I just learned something I never knew. That's awesome. It is. Yep. Chris Abels. The man knows how to, very relatable guy. Let's just say. Got replayables and relatables. Lifts up B and puts her down after 10 seconds. Puts you near Ky, your husband, before I head out to bed. All right. All right, Ram. I think Eggplant Frank would approve. Only 10 seconds. It's within the limit. I did 4 years of Latin. You are right. Yeah, right, Eggplant Frank. It's It's interesting, man. You can tell what certain things mean sometimes just because of elements. Like I would even call it like trace elements from words that you could say, I could decipher this. It's there are patterns here, and that's the one of the gifts of the human mind. It's right, recognizing patterns and being able to see and decipher things. I'm out, brother. Good night, man. Thanks for coming in here, my dear Australian friend. What'll be, Mr. Torrance? What'll it be, Mr. Torrance? Fist thumps, kind Frank. Yep. I think Ram's got like similar to Italian goodbyes, right? Famunda. That's right. Chris, I'm glad you brought that up because I should have brought that up earlier when we were talking about what day it is. It's National Wine and Cheese Day, and it is not cheese famunda. Very different and probably a lot like Limburger. Know what I'm saying? You know where I'm coming from, Chris Abels? I think you do. Oh, man, I love it. So blessed to have you in here, brother. Really appreciate you. More specifically, people thought that drinking a concoction that included hair of a rabid dog hair cured rabies. Ugh. Well, don't let that one foam you at the mouth. Be careful. If he jumps over the fire, he just might be batshit crazy. just saying. Hey, naked knees in the house, sporting the birthday suit. He just got done running through the cornfields. I imagine those stalks have rather sharp edges on them. Be careful, Terry. We don't want you to mess up with the famunda, if you know what I'm saying. Run around that cornfield naked knees in the house. Happy birthday. He's wearing his birthday suit. Terry, I'm telling you, man, I think about those video clips that you put together. Brother, you're so freaking gifted. I love it. You make me laugh my butt off, man. The Mambo Italiano stuff, the What's the Matter You. Oh, hilarious things, man. Just great. Gifted, creative. Good luck with physical therapy. That's right. Yeah, good luck. Ram. Terry Nee, yeah, he is a star, man. He really is. I am blessed to have Terry Nee, who I consider to be a friend. Now, listen, I know I don't hold a candle to his friend, Ray DeVito, but at least I'm his friend, right? Anyways, I'm talking too much, but you have the romantic languages, all based in Latin, French, Spanish, and Italian. Maybe another two. Yeah, listen. Eggplant. Eggplant Frank. I spent some time in Brazil. One of the good friends' wives was a language teacher of Portuguese. If you heard this woman speak, if you think that French is beautiful to hear, I think Italian and Spanish are beautiful to hear women speak, and men. It's just a beautiful language. Certainly, that's why a lot of operas are certainly in Italian, French, Spanish. It's just beautiful languages. But when you hear this woman in speaking Portuguese in Brazil, it's got this. It's almost reminiscent of French, but nicer, if I could say that. Just a beautiful language, man. So yeah, it's really cool, Frank. You got a lot of knowledge there, brother. I want to go Hawaii. My wife's favorite wine. I want to go to Hawaii. Wahoo, Hawaii, baby. Come on. Oh man. Yep. Chris rocks, man. Those guys, they're just so awesome. We went in there last night. I just stop in. I'm like, hey, I got to say hi to these guys, because I can't stay up too late because I get up at 4:30. But man, when I can, I try to stop in and say hi. And freaking guys are like, hey, man, I really appreciate Chris Abels, Bobby Fran, great folks, man. We're so blessed. We just got a lot of great people in this wonderful area we are, and there's enough room for everybody, man. There really is. Doc says happy National Potato Week. Yeah. He's hanging out with the nightshades. Terry Nee says, I've met Chris Abels. I went to his comedy show in Hagerstown, Maryland. Man, you guys, you could have met Spider when you were there. Wouldn't that be cool if you got Spider or the commissioner of Catalano TV to come to a show or something? How cool would that be? I consider Chris and Liz friends. Oh, well, Liz must be his better half, right? That's cool, man. That's cool. Oh, you know what? Maybe I was thinking about Chris Abel's wedding. Maybe that was it. That's what I thought it was Bobby Fran's wedding, but it's probably Chris Abel's. I don't know. It might have been they were talking about. Anyways, Chris says, thank you so much, Terry. Vice versa. We love you, man. It was awesome hanging with you. Can't wait to hang with you again, brother. Yeah, isn't that cool? Chris gets out to shows. He travels around. I just think that's awesome, man. Especially when you're hanging out with the crowd. He is. Oh, man, got to be having a blast. And Big Boss says, Donk's comment from weeks ago about people milking toad poison into ice still gives me chills. Don't lick the frogs, Donks. Don't lick the frogs. Anyways, listen, I'm going to go through a couple more national days because I owe it to you. National Hot Fudge Sundae Day. Well, now listen. I mean, if I'm going to take issue with it, well, doggone it, it's Thursday. It ain't Sunday. I mean, don't you think that these freaking people can have enough sense in them to make National Hot Fudge Sunday Day on Sunday? I mean, come on. I mean, is that a no-brainer or what? You guys are with me, right? Okay, the other national day is National Merry-Go-Round Day. All right, yeah. I imagine, POTUS might want to be doing some sniffing on that merry-go-round. I don't know. Was that a low blow? Yeah, it kind of was. National Thread the Needle Day. That's right, thread the needle, baby. National Intern Day, the last Thursday in July. Well, now there's one that Clinton can get his arms around, well, or at least make a mark on the dress. National Intern Day. That's not lost on you guys, I hope. At least I know. Or at least I think I know. Did I say I think I know? I think I did. National Chili Dog Day. Now, there's one that Spider Alomar, or the commissioner of Catalano TV, he can get around that one. In fact, he might even be serving it up for all we know, right? And so that takes us through all the national days. We have quite a few today. And I might add, National Hot Fudge Sunday does not belong on Thursdays. I'm just saying. Some things just stand to reason, do they not? And Terry needs Ky needs to be on replayables every time Ky's name comes up. Hoya or Gana. Oh. Played loud. Yes. Terry, I understand the punishment in which you want me to endure. And hanging out with those guys would be an absolute blast for sure. And I appreciate your sense of humor, Terry. Maybe not so much your music, but the sense of humor, it's rock solid, man. Even dogs will get a kick out of it. Terry Nee's an absolute awesome guy. He really is. He is, man. He is. We're so thankful to have him around. Really, he's a great contributor. He makes wonderful material. Thinking of the first dude to figure out how to milk a toad still gives me chills. I don't want to know. Don't you remember when you were kids? Yeah, you'd pick up like a little toad. Well, sure enough, man. You hold that toad for any length of time. Yeah, he's going to defecate in your hand. Remember that when you were kids? Like he starts and then you're like, oh, you drop him. And then you're like, oh man, I just think I just messed up this toad. Well, you're just a little kid, right? You didn't know any better. And so, you realize, oops, he fell out of my hand because he whizzed on your hand. You dropped him and you're like, oh no, man, I was on the driveway and man, it was a pretty short impulse momentum with his toad head hitting the cement. Right. So then you're like, oh, poor toad, man. Just because you whizzed on me, that happened. That's terrible. So then you'd realize, oh man, well, I don't want him to suffer. So, when you're like 5 years old or 4 years old, then you get on your bicycle and you're like, hey, I don't want him to suffer. So, take the bicycle and you just, well, You have to have some compassion, right? That's what kids do. Anyways, Chris Hale says, Ky, anytime you want, would love to have you on. You can drink water. It's all good. Yeah, I know. You'll call me out on it too, and that's fine. Kai's drinking water. What a wussy. It's an aqua dolce. We'll try to make it sound fancy or something, you know. Aqua dolce con gas or sin gas, right? I think Chris Abels knows what sin means. And isn't it funny? Sin means without. And the root of the word sin, meaning sinning, is, well, the absence of godliness, right? Kind of interesting, right? Sin gas, no gas. Anyways, Gasha says, I would defecate too if I was picked up by a giant ape. Gigantopithecus. Gaseous clay. Well, you know, these things happen, man. And, you know, when you're a kid and you see that, you kind of bummed out that you're like, oh, it pissed in my hand. You dropped them on the driveway and that's it. And, well, I have to have some compassion now. And, well, get on my bicycle and, no toads were hurt in the making of this episode. I want you to know. Reverend Wild Bill, welcome in here, man. I see that you are in the Skull and Bones and Masonic Club. Well, welcome in here, Reverend Wild Bill. I love the symbolism, though. It's really cool, quite frankly. He's got the scribe for the Mason. He's got the Skull and Bones. He's got the square or the triangle, so to speak. Very nice. Gaseous, that's where the term ape shit comes from, I think. Yeah, probably, right? Chris Abels, Hoya brother. BF drinks water. That's all right. I know he has his own preferences. He's made that clear yesterday. He's like, okay, come on, guys. He's like, I'm doing this. You guys are doing that. That's okay. We different things, That's respectable, right? But water, I know I won't get any respect for that, but that's okay. I will be well hydrated. And, well, if I drink enough of it, well, I'll have to actually use the piss break like you guys do, right? And, well, when you see llamas chasing after people and then getting close and turning around and kicking them, man, that shit's funny. I enjoy it. Are you sharing a story of you disposing of animals, Ky? Well, let's just say it was a hypothetical circumstance that might have happened to a young Italian fella back in the neighborhood back in the day. Yeah, cheers, Chris Abel. Thanks for coming in here. We got Joey C and the Kahuna Nui coming up here with the morning show, CC Joe and the Kahuna Nui. That's coming up here in about 8 minutes, folks. Hang on, stay tuned at Catalano TV. Don't want to miss that show. Those guys are a lot of fun. Their morning show is really doing well. And I love seeing those dudes, man. I try to pop it on when I'm doing my work. Freaking love those guys. Cheers, Don Kong. Tyranny, happy birthday. Yeah, Naked Knees, happy birthday, man. There's a reason he's running around naked in that birthday suit. He wants to be wished a happy birthday. And Naked Knees means he's not wearing knee pads. Well, you could take some solace in that fact, right? Chris Abels, happy birthday, Tyranny. That's right. There you go. It wouldn't be a complete show without hearing that phrase, right? Gaseous cheers. Wow, Bill, we got a great group in here. Thanks so much, you guys. I see all these new names from Bobby Fran and Chris Abels. Man, we have you to thank for this. Really appreciate you, man. And look at these folks; they're just a lot of fun. So thanks so much. I guess we'll start to roll it out here. We'll play the outro, and I think we'll play one more song. I think the one that we're going to play after the outro here is going to be Gaseous's favorite of the songs. And I can't wait to get some more songs with some more names in it from some of these other new folks that are in here, including Gaseous and other ones that may not have made it into the first round of, well, the Suno created with the creative facilitation of yours truly. Happy birthday, Joy Hoya. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Gnaw, 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 gnaw. As Terry will say, exactly, 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 exactly. Why does gnaw so much faster in German than it is in English? Gnaw, gnaw, gnaw. Exactly, exactly, exactly. It's just too complicated a word, exactly. And you know, the origins of English, oftentimes a lot of German roots, right? Schnell. Cheers, Donkey Gaseous was up almost at 100 subs. Really? Come on. You're pulling my leg, right? That is absolutely wild. You guys really rock, man. We're getting there little by little. Thanks to you guys. Really appreciate you. Thanks so much for all the support. We are blessed here and we are thankful. Yep. Chris Abel says hit 100 today. That would be awesome, man. That would be fantastic. And listen, I want to make a heartfelt thank you to you. I want to make sure you understand how much I appreciate it. You guys have been very good to me. And it was great to be on Bobby Fran yesterday, and your very gracious invite today. And honestly, you blessing us with your presence here in the chat, Chris. You're a great talent, man. We appreciate you. And gosh, I hope we can get you on Catalano TV. Let me know if you ever want to hang out, Chris, man. It'd be great to come on. That would be awesome. So we'll talk. Shoot me a DM if you have time. I know you're a busy dude. So yeah, we'd love to have you for sure. Terry Nee says, J-Dog. Oh, Reverend Bill. All right, folks. Ci vediamo, ciao, l'chaim, nostrovia, cheers, and tally ho, and don't be a hoe. That's the important one.
Joey C and Honey C laughing loud on TV. Ky with those guitar leads, Spider's drum beat melody. Honeybee laughs and sneezes, good vibes always pleases. Kahuna knew we never slow, makes the good times flow. Catalano TV, fun for you and me. Epic jams every night, under the spotlight. Tunes that make you sway, watch the troubles fade away. Every note a celebration, join the blues sensation. Friends all gathered round, living in the sound. Joy in every beat, dancing in our seat. Catalano TV, fun for you and me. Epic jams every night, under the spotlight. Make you sway, watch the troubles fade away. Every note a celebration, join the blues sensation. Friends all gathered around, living in the sound. Joy in every beat, dancing in our seat. Ky and friends light up the night. Honeybees laughter feels just right. Grandma House, he's on the stage. Ross dogs breaking out of the cage. We're having a blast. Laughter that lasts, epic sound on the show. Let the good times flow. Plays his tune so sweet. Random dogs can't stay off their feet. Wave of grooves with that funky beat. Eggplant Frank makes the crowd complete. We're having a blast. Laughter that lasts, epic sound on the show. Let the good times flow. Plays his tune so sweet. Ramming dogs can't stay off their feet. Wave of grooves with that funky beat. Eggplant Frank makes the crowd complete. We're having a blast. Laughter that lasts, epic sound on the show. Let the good times flow. the sound. Live in the moment, here and now. Feel the music, lift the crowd. We're having a blast. Laughter that lasts, epic sound on the show. Let the good times flow.